When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth.
Yo, dude faces and girl faces out in the world. Doing really well with the channel, so thanks very much for kind of dropping by all the time and putting some views up on the view board up there, or wherever it is. What we're going to do today is kind of look back at some of the comments we've had really over the last couple of vids. A lot of people have kind of been saying like that we've produced orgasms with some of the shots of some of the guitars we've got in the studio at home. So out of all of those guitars, the best thing to do really would be get like an Ibanez Shootout going with the JS, the JEM and the RGA that I've got. So we can kind of see what Ibanez are doing really at the top end of the mark. The JEM is a little bit different. You can check out the review. Let's put it somewhere like, let's throw it in there.
We'll throw it up here where it says Ibanez.
There you go, throw it in there. So there's an Ibanez JEM review, which is basically just talking about my JEM and what you can do with that one, because it's like a kind of late 99 ebony fretboard, loads of mods. We'll talk about that when we get there.
You keep looking at it off camera, so just so everyone can see, it's because it's down
it's
here.
It's there. I'm not looking at some mythical thing. It is actually there. So there she is, and there's the RG as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at some nice clean tones out of the JS, talk about maybe some of the functions we've got going on with it. Look at the JEM, again some of the functions, and then the RG, kind of compare and contrast all to your heart's content. With this, I'd say a little bit better for smaller hands. Joe's actually modelled this on a Fender neck, so a little bit fatter in the profile and a little bit thinner at the top nut on the fretboard. So again, feels a little bit more Fendery, a little bit more Stratty, which again, I don't know about you guys out there, but when I pick up a guitar, the guitar kind of plays me. So if it's a bit bluesier or the neck's a bit more Les Paul-y or a little bit more Stratty, I'll play kind of that way. So what we're going to look at is maybe a little chord progression and some clean stuff, and then I'll go through some of the options. So this is going to be bridge pickup, treble pickup, and we're all in, and it's just kind of damned in as like a Fender-esque kind of clean tone. Again, it's not going to sound like it does in the room, guys. We're trying our best. We've got a new little Zoom friend over there that's covering all our sound, but we are most probably you're not going to get the greatest representation of what it sounds like in this room, so bear with us, and hopefully we're not messing with any of the amp settings at all. We're just keeping it super cool, so everything you hear is exactly the same. So whatever difference you hear is going to be the pickup configuration, the woods and the guitars doing what they do differently. So let's start with a nice little, nice little chord progression in E or something, and then we'll do a little lead tone over the top of that. Treble pickup or bridge pickup, humbucked as well, so we're not coil tapping now. We've got loads of options on this guitar. Next, into the middle pickup, or basically both combined. Fatter, a little bit warmer. Again, not really concentrating on what I'm playing, guys. It's more about what you're hearing. So yeah, very good. Let's move to the bridge pickup. Neck pickup even. We've done the bridge pickup. So again, kind of similar thing. I'm not really concentrating on what I'm playing on, but very nice tone, very clean, very Fender-esque. So let's go back to the bridge pickup and we'll coil tap it now. So we're going to split this into single coils. I'll play something a little bit funkier for this because it kind of warrants it. Again, keep it in E. So spangly as all hell, very, very sharp, quite thin sounding. Into the middle pigeon, again, keep a kind of funky groove going. Again, a bit fuller. And then up into the neck position. Coil taps. So we've got 3 single coil kind of tones, 1 single coil from humbucker, then we've got a split bridge, and then we've got 1 single coil from the front. Now, won't go through all of those tones of the metal sound. I'll just kind of not coil tap it. I'll just give you a little bit of a run through to the pickup configurations. Also, what I'll do is I'll roll back the volume, because one thing this has got is like a low pass filter. So when you drop the volume down, what you might notice on your guitar rig at home, you lose a lot of your high ends, you lose a lot of your trebles. This kind of, you pull that out, it'll give you all that stuff back.
Sure man, pull that up.
Yeah, so I'm pulling the volume pot out. That gives me a low pass filter, so it gives me a little bit more treble back when I'm going to roll my volume down. It's also good to kick in if you want your solo just to kick through a little bit. It's a nice little option. Like, I must admit, I found the electronics on this guitar really, really good. I most probably prefer them to the RGA, maybe not the JEM, but I'm biased to the JEM. Very, very nice though. So let's kind of kick in a little bit of fuzz, a little bit of drive, and I'll play like a solo kind of thing, a little bit of a rhythm groove, and I'll just go through the pickups as we're rocking through it. Quite nice. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to roll the volume down and I'm going to give that button a bit of a press. Hopefully it'll come through on what we've got. So really low volume with the volume just set. Pop it out. there's kind of like a bit of a volume, bit of a treble boost when I pull that out. That's great, especially if you're in kind of like a do-it-all band and you need a nice chunky tone, but you've only got a twin channel amp or a one channel amp. That'll kind of give you a little bit more brightness into your chunky, crunchy tone. And that's kind of it, man. Not a lot to say about it other than absolutely adore it. Buy this if you're a Joe fan, this is where you're going to want to go. Also, I'd say if you've got smaller hands, a Strat player, but you're looking for something with a nice kind of Warwicky, very watery looking body. Love the shape of these. And there was nothing else in the Ibanez range that came close. I think the Geo was pretty much beveled and all rounded, like this kind of Warwicky kind of shape. But other than that, guys, they don't do one in the range that looks like this, so you have to kind of buy a JS if you want something that looks this snazzy. Awesome. Great guitar. Yeah, so very Fendery, if that's what you're into. So let's move on to, should we do the JEM next?
Go on then, let's do the JEM.
Let's do the JEM. Right, chaps, as if by magic, we've got the JEM. I've lavished all of the love I can possibly lavish on this guitar in another review, so go check it out there.
There we go, we're going with JEM.
Nice. So have a look at that. I have pointed out in the JS section as well, but it's a good little review of this kind of guitar. This is a do-it-all guitar. When I pick it up, I feel a bit shreddy. It's a little bit quicker than the JS feels, but as per the PRS that you've seen in the other videos, this is just a workhorse. It will do anything. It plays funk well, it plays metal well, it's a good shred guitar, it's a great lead instrument. It is the daddy of all guitars, really. Quite expensive at the minute, but again, if you look around on eBay, I think you can pick up a really good one for about $1,200, $1,300, which isn't bad for the amount of guitar you're getting. Endorsed by Stevie Vai, who has been using them exclusively for donkey's years, before he looked like Judge Judy from all the way back then. Love it. We're going to go through the same kind of deal, dead quick. Bridge, middle, front pickup. I'm going to kind of bypass the in-between pickups because we've got the ability to drop in this Evo in the middle. Not a great fan of the tone of that, kind of makes it a bit more twangy, but you guys might love it. But that, back in the other review, don't want to double up my work. So again, very similar chord progression to what we had in the JS, very Floydian, and then we'll look at some solo tones and stuff as well. So. You get the point. Anyway, I'll just... Alright, and then look, middle pickup. But straight away you can hear that is kind of a lot weaker than the other pickup. I've dropped it out the way because I pick over that place really, so I've dropped it out the way, so it would sound better than that raised up. And then onto the front pickup with a clean tone. That's a Seymour Duncan pickup, which is about as close as I could find to the front Evo. Because I've got the Sustainer mod, but again, check that other video out. Right, what we're going to do is whack a little bit of gain on it and take it back to the bridge pickup, work our way through the pickup slowly, and then wrap it up and go for the RGA. Right, let's have a listen to these. coil tapped. So again, very shreddy, very easy to play, quite quick. Sounds great, tone's really smooth, even though it's quite trebly in the cleans. I think that's what kind of I was after. If you just listen to kind of Feathers or Sisters, that kind of trebly kind of tone. So that's the JEM, guys. Let's move on to what is basically the same thing, the rock guitar, the RG. But we've got an arch top on it, RGA, and it's a fixed bridge as well. So if you hate these things, this will be the one for you. So I'll see you in a sec. Right, last but definitely not least, the RGA, which is based off of the RG, which again the JEM is based off of the RG. This is the arch top model, so you get a kind of lovely rounded kind of top. And it has also got the wizard neck, which is the Prestige wizard neck, 3-piece. J-Craft, Team J-Craft, it's exactly the same dimensions as the JEM neck, but slightly thinner. I think it's 1mm thinner at the first and 1mm thinner at the 12th. So again, super fast, shreddy, almost feels like a 7-string kind of neck, big, flat, very comfy necks.
For those of us who aren't Ibanez aficionados, what the hell is Team J-Craft?
Team J-Craft is Team J-Craft,
How
mofo.
am I supposed to see this? Am I?
Yeah, man, just means
Team J-Craft!
it's made by the daddies that make the daddies guitars. It's just like the ultimate team. It's kind of like the Cosworth of...
Oh, okay, yeah. Sounds like they should be out tuning Nissans, like.
Yeah, they're an awesome bunch of geezers that live in like a hut somewhere. I don't know, man. They're just magic. And magic guitars go through them. But what it basically...
Ibanez elves.
Ibanez elves. Elbenez? Elbenezes? Oh. I don't know, man. God, man. So what they're kind of doing is they're... after you've played a guitar for about 15 years, 10 years, you do get... It becomes your hand, almost. So what they do with J-Craft and what they do with Prestige models is they kind of emulate that wear. So if you just instantly feel like you've played them all your lives, which is great. And some Prestiges now are going for next to nothing. So they are an awesome guitar. Not knocking any other companies out there. They're all beautiful in their own right. But Ibanez just fit me with my kind of shovel hands, small fingers kind of thing. Fit really nice. Right, so anyway, onto this. RG, rock guitar. Nothing clever there. Million different RGs, RGAs, RGDs we've got now, which are designed for drop tune, baritone editions, big 26.5-inch radius, 26.5-inch scale length necks. These are 25.5, so the standard across the range. 24 frets, down for just playing dirty and hard and heavy, really. As with the JEM, JS has got a little bit more about it. I don't know what that is, just a little bit easier on the palette for loads of different applications, even though the JEM does it all as well. Can you pull the JEM out of the show? Well, let's face it, babe, what are they thinking of you? They're thinking you're a bit of a tit.
You're a bit of a prick, let's be honest. Yeah,
but if people in the know will know that if you pull a JEM out, that you just know what you're on about. But this guy, I can pull this out of a country gig, a blues gig, a jazz gig, somebody else's gig. I don't care where I pull this out, I'll just pull it out everywhere. Plus it's got these
You should have that on a t-shirt.
Yeah, I'll pull it out
I
anyway.
don't care where I pull it out, I'll pull it out anyway.
Got a Steve Special and an Air Norton in the bridge. So these are retrofitted pickups. They actually come with a V8 and a V7, which are tasty pickups, but these guys are the daddies. And they're custom coloured, so they're custom silver, which is all a bit tasty. Nothing wrong with customness.
Because you love your bling.
I love a bit of bling, you know that. Not proud of it, but I do love it. It's like loving cornies over, I don't know, Quaker Harvest Oats. Surely the Quaker are well better, but I love me cornies. Bit of sterry milk. Anyway, I digress. We digress talking about cornies or any cereal. Any cereal for that matter. Right. So this is kind of fixed bridge, so I can snap a string, I can drop tune, it allows me to go to town really, because this is going to be solid, so I can just do whatever I need to do all over the place. Drop tune dead quick, so it's that kind of guy, it'll go everywhere with me. Just can't do any of these kind of whammy antics, but we can do stuff with that. Right, so here's the clean tone back on the bridge pickup. Same kind of Pinky Floydy kind of riffy thing. Now what I'm hearing there straight away is a bit of breakup. It seems a little bit dirty, the tone. It's not as clean as the other two. That might be down to the Steve Special. It might just be down to the way the RGs are built. The woods, the way they interact with each other. A little bit heavier, a little bit kind of tight at the top end. Let's try that now on the next pickup up. We'll do it in the middle pickup. Basically going to split them the same way as we were splitting the JS. So I've now got both pickups active. Again, getting a bit fatter. Wishing I would have picked a better chord progression from the start. I'm already hating on this bit. I'm already hating on it. I might just do something else in a bit.
You go,
I might just go, guy. I might just go, girl.
It's the way we roll.
That's how we roll, aren't we? We can change stuff on the fly. Sassy talking. Right, so from pickup, the best of all the pickups for this particular guitar. Very, very transparent, very, very beautiful and lush. Out that bass tone, brings out a bit more. So it's going to get you through all of those smoothie kind of clean sections that you need to get through. Great sound pickup, Air Norton, absolutely love them, DiMaggio Air Nortons. Right, so now we're going to kick it out with a bit more gain, a lot more delay, a lot more reverb, a lot more comments, compliments, complaints about my tone. So we're just going to go, we're going to hit the favourite button. So, cool, really clean, really cutting, just a great lead tone. Let's put it in the middle so we get a bit of front pickup. Down a bit. Retain that clarity. We don't really need the pop the button off the JS for this pickup. It kind of cleans up really nicely. So yeah, awesome, all there. Little bit more woody, kind of little bit more low-endy, rumbly than the other two. Maybe that's because of the top, or who knows, where it's split. There is no cavity either, because we haven't got a tremolo, we haven't got a big hole in the middle of our guitar, so maybe that helps with the tone. Who knows, all I know is it sounds pretty good. So that's it, man. That's the JEM Shootout. That's the Ibanez Shootout. So you're looking at £1,500 a pop for the other two. You're looking at maybe £600 to £800 for this fella. Hopefully we'll get our hands on a premium at some point and beast the crap out of that, and maybe some other stuff. I really want to get my hands on the Geo stuff because it's great gear. You know what I mean? 350 quid, 400 quid. It's the way to go. So that's it for the JS, the Ibanez JEM and the RGA121. Hope to see you soon with some more PG tips and also some more gear reviews. So give us a shout in the comments, let us know what you like, what you don't like. Be nice if you don't like it, because we'll make it better. Don't be a bell. If you really, really like it, tell us you like it and we'll keep doing it. Hopefully you'll notice that everything's kind of improving with the sound and stuff. So keep in touch, guys, and I'm going to kind of metal you out, I think, with some type of hardcore drop.